Hello and welcome to the show. In today's video I will be showing you how to sign a driver. I have opened the driver market and I have entered some criteria for talent. Because you can't train talent, I prefer about 150 and higher. Also put charisma in on 0 to 49 because we don't need it in rookie and it's just wasteful of the overall of the driver. Also, we don't want to pay $1 million a race to our driver. I would like to pay about 500,000. You can see these drivers, some of them have already offers. The market for this video is on Monday on 1900 hours. Yes, 1900 hours. 7 o'clock. This is in the 80 to 85 range. This is what you see automatically when you are in rookie. It might be better to go drop down one or two ones to avoid some of the main traffic, and of course it's sorted now. Here you can see we have 4 pages of drivers with this selection, and in the 80 to 85 range it had only 1 page. Anyway, you can spend ages looking here and setting things up. You can also download the driver market in Excel or other documents if that suits you. You can have a look in there. Also, if you have some friends, you can ask them if they have seen a driver for you that you like or what they like. Also, this yellow S means that this driver will retire after the season if he doesn't get a drive somewhere. So keep that in mind, nothing important. I have done a search through the market to find a few drivers that I like. You can see them here above. If you see a driver that you like Oliver because he has a funny name, yeah, this is the yellow S here. You can add the driver to the shortlist, and then just add a few to a shortlist and then compare them. Yeah, so remove this one. Yeah, here you can see the drivers that are in the top of the screen. What have I looked for in these drivers? Of course, talent, because you can't train it. I prefer it to have it for rookie 150 or higher, and charisma. Basically, we don't really need it in rookie yet, and if it's high, it will just take up the overall range of the driver. So I prefer to have it on the low side, so we can have other skills that are higher, like concentration or experience. This driver is Salt is 30 years old, but should be fine for a few seasons. He has some experience, which should mean he is decent for rookie. I like his concentration. Stamina is bad, but most of the time will be low. But we can ignore that for the first part of the season. The weight is a little bit on the high side, but should be okay. He's fairly cheap. It would be cool if we could sign him, or we could get Salt. I would train some yoga first to get the concentration up to about 180. That should take a few races, and after that we will start fitness training for the stamina. +2 each training, I believe. I hope I say that correct, and that will also drop the weight. I would, if we hire Salt, here you can see him. I like the stats and the way they are distributed. You can see he has a few favorite tracks. The green ones are in the season, which can be useful. On a favorite track, the driver has a speed bonus that he hasn't in other tracks. So in these tracks he will be better than normal. Here you can see the other manuals that this driver has been working for. Not really important. if you like a driver, you can make an offer. Of course, it's still pretty early in the market. It could be that there will be more offers on him. If you can wait just until the deadline and use your shortlist with, of course, some more drivers, and you can pick out a driver that has an offer, and then a minute or 30 seconds before the deadline closes at 1900 hours, you can make a sneaky bid and be the only one and get a cheap driver. Of course, it's the start of the season, a lot of managers will be looking for a driver, especially in rookie and amateur. So if you have already a driver which you think is decent, keep him for now, because you want to avoid the market of the first few races, so you don't overspend on a driver. Let me do some maths for the contract of the driver, and see you in a few seconds. So I have done my calculations, and you can offer up to 80% from the original amount that he asked per race. It was 500,000. 80% of that is 400,000. For the signing on fee, I do it times 3 always. These bonuses, this is mainly what I use for bonuses when I am the only one that is having an offer on this driver. Of course, if you put the higher numbers in, you can use that to defeat other managers who put an offer on this driver. And of course, the 80% thing on the salary is in combination with a contract of 17 races. Which is one full season. You can select, if you are a supporter, you can select the visibility of the offer. Picking the other ones will just increase the cost and isn't useful in rookie. So just keep that at public. And for now, it's okay. I don't really need to sign this driver because I like him and I can't race all season long for him to be decent enough and to show his skills. Of course, we can try to sign him, and perhaps someone will see this video in time and find his driver, and I will just make an offer now. You can see, then you go to this page where you can rank the offers here at actions. Also, I will show you the other drivers that I have shortlisted. This driver hasn't a favorite track. It's a bit of a shame. You want for the higher groups, you want to avoid this if possible. Of course, having a favorite track is a real advantage. Yeah, just kind of the same but a little bit different drivers, but should be good enough for rookie. This is a female, as you can see. I think it's a female anyway. Yeah, favorite tracks, some other persons. Yeah. Yeah, you can see that driver, he has a 77 overall and some motivations, which I don't really like. Yeah, and if we have put in an offer, then hopefully we stay the only ones with an offer or something like that. Yeah, and perhaps we get him and we can show a race and then fire him so someone else can have him. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and it was useful for you. And of course, see you next time, and subscribe for more. And leave a comment if you have a question about something. Yeah, see you soon and goodbye.